reports area in ACT lets us view the progress and status of contacts, activities, opportunities, and all of the information we have within ACT. There are a number of default reports that come packaged with ACT, but sometimes we wish one of those reports would give us just a little bit more information. In this video, I want to show you how easy it is to edit reports without having to create a new report from scratch. Let me go to my reports area by clicking the reports button in the left navigation. Now let's say that I want to make one minor edit to the opportunities by contact report. Let's have a look at this report first. I'm going to select this report and click Run Report. And now let's define the filters of this report. I'm only concerned with the open opportunities for all of my users. So on the General tab, I'm going to leave this set to Preview, and I want to view this report for all contacts and also all users. I'm going to switch over now to the Opportunity tab. From here, we can define which opportunities to include on the report. And since I only want open opportunities, I'm going to uncheck these other three boxes. Next, let's set a date range. Instead of current month, I'm going to change it to today and future. And now I can click OK. This sends the report to a preview screen so that we can view it. I'm going to maximize this report and then using the zoom tool, zoom in just a little bit so it's easier to read. Now this report is showing me every open opportunity by contact. But here's the change that I want to make. Since I only really ever use the ACT sales cycle process, I don't need this listed on the report. Instead, I want to replace this field with the stage field of the opportunity. And when I do that, I should also change the header for this field to say stage instead of process/stage. Okay, so let's close this preview and we'll get to work. With the opportunities by contact report still highlighted, I'm going to click the Edit Report button at the top. This opens up the Report Designer, and I want to make sure I have this maximized so that I can see everything more clearly. On the Report Designer, we can edit the layout and the fields that appear on this report. Now what I'm looking for is the Process Stage section, and you may have noticed that it does not appear on this screen. That's because it's embedded within a subreport right here called Contact Opportunities. Now there are two ways to access this subreport. I could just double click it right here, or I could go to the Report drop-down field and switch from Opportunities by Contact, which is the main report, to Contact Opportunities, which is the subreport. Okay, now that I'm looking at the subreport, I can easily find the process and stage area of this report. So first, I'm going to change this header to just say stage instead of process and stage. I'll double click it and then just delete the word process and the slash. And then if I click outside that box, it saves my change. Next, let's change the actual data that's being displayed. And we can see that in the detail field down below. Right now it says CO, which stands for Contact Opportunity, and then Process, which means it's displaying the process field from the opportunity record. I want to change this from process to stage. So I'm going to click this field and just delete it from my report. Now, if I go over to the toolbox area on the left, I'm going to click the Field tool, and then I'm going to drag a rectangle somewhere beneath the word stage. This rectangle doesn't have to be perfectly aligned because we're going to fix that later. When I release my mouse button, the Select Field window opens, and first we have to pick the field to display. Now, since this is an opportunity field, I need to change the drop-down from Contact to Contact Opportunity. Now in the Fields list, I can scroll down and locate Stage. Click it to highlight it, but I want to remove the label since I already have a label above where the field is going to appear. So let's uncheck the label box and click the Add button. Now we can see that the field has been inserted into the report, so let's close the Select Field window. Now to make this new field look like the others around it, I'm going to change the font from Arial to Tahoma, and then I'll change the size to 8. Let's also make it the same height as the status field next to it. So with stage selected first, I'm going to hold down the Control key on my keyboard and select the status field next to it. Now they should both be highlighted. If I go to my Format dropdown, make same size, and I will choose height. Now with both of these fields still highlighted, let's align them vertically. So once again, I'll go to my Format menu, and then I'll choose Align and Bottom. Now I'm going to click the Save button. Let me make one more change while I'm here. Now when I run this report, I always have to change the default filter settings before the report is run, but I can change those defaults here in the Report Designer so that I can bypass that step in the future. Let me show you how to do this. Let's switch back to the main report, and then from my Edit menu, I'm going to choose Define Filters. On the General tab, these settings are okay. I want to preview this report for all contacts and all users, but on the Opportunity tab, I only want to see the open opportunities. So I'm going to uncheck these boxes like before, and then for the date range, I'm going to change it to Today and Future. Now I'm going to click OK to save these filter settings as the defaults for this report. So let's click Save, and then from the File menu, we'll click Exit and say Yes to save it one more time. Now let's run this report, and again, I'm going to leave this to preview for all contacts and all users, and if I switch to the Opportunity tab, we'll see that my defaults have held true. I only want open opportunities from today and the future. So let's click OK, and when that report is run, I'm going to maximize it one more time, and let's just zoom in a little bit here. And what we can see now is that our field has changed. Instead of it showing the process, now we're seeing the stage of each individual opportunity. So we've edited one of our reports by replacing a field I didn't want with a different field that I found to be much more useful.